And here we go. Cole Watts.
Watts comes to us as a sophomore here in the 2003 finals with a record of 35-3. He took 5th in state last year as a freshman. He's a Region 2 champ. Rocky Mountain Rumble he took 2nd. Also at the Viewmont tournament took 2nd. And he took 1st at the Turkey tournament. Chacon from Kearns has a record of 25-6. He is a senior. He's won the American Fort tournament, Region 2 tournament. He took 2nd at the Region 2 tournament, 5th at the Rocky Mountain Rumble. So we've got two very, very good wrestlers on our hands here. Very quick. They look like little bumblebees out there. They're very fast. The 103-pound division is always one of my favorite to watch, and a great little knee tap there by Michael Watts of Riverton. He gets the first takedown of the bout. Leads 2-0 here with 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the first period.
Watts throwing that leg in, trying to work on that tilt, work on that score. Controlling the hip well, doing a nice job of that leg in, looking to turn. Watts is the youngest brother of 3 and the son of John Watts. John Watts wrestled for University of Utah before they dropped their program. So a lot of tradition in this family, a lot of people in the stands watching young Michael try to win his first state championship as just a sophomore. His opponent's a senior, good, long, tough wrestler from Kearns, Chris Chacon, and he's been in the top of the ranks for the last 2 years. Looks like we got a blood time here, and take a second to get that cleaned up, and we'll get back at it. But Watts is pretty physical, has the ability to bang and go at it, and don't know whether that came from working in the room or trying to survive at home. You've experienced that a little bit, haven't you, Mark?
Yeah, I have some good friends from the Kearns area, and fun place to grow up there, Mike.
I'm talking about your older brothers that whip you just to get a sandwich. Michael's got some pretty tough. Wayne Watts, his older brother, was a 2-time state champion and great wrestler for Bingham High School.
Let's just say I've received my fair share of swirlies.
Swirlies, huh? Well, you know, a lot of times. There we go. Michael's doing a good job. Got him into that good armbar cheap tilt kind of a position. Scores 3. Still got him there. Working back more. Seeing if there's some more points there. Stepping up the head. Oh, got a little high on that. Reaching too quick for that figure 4 behind the head. So he gives that up. Picks up 2. Chacon gets 2 back. Michael's now out on the sit, trying to come around to a Granby. And he looks like almost to get it. No. It's tough to get that against that length. Chacon is long for a 103-pounder, and we end that period with a 4-2 flurry. And Michael scores 2. Chacon comes back for. Michael scores 4, and Chacon comes back for 2. 4-2 going into round 2.
Great quick sit there by Watts. Turns and faces, and then it looks like he's going to be able to score here. Loss of control on the part of Chacon, so we'll get 1 point for Watts. Now the lead 5-2. Great little scramble there for the 3-pound sophomore.
The thing that's impressive about Michael Watts is he does a good job staying square and keeping these hips to the mat. Could have ended up throwing nice recovery, good counter, good second effort as he blocks a shot and then reshoots on his own to score that takedown. And looks like we've got an injury time on red. Banged kind of hard going in there, so he wants to take a second and make sure everything's all right. He did a good job in a shot and a reshot. Chacon steps in. Watts stops that initial shot and then is able to reshoot and stay in a good position to make that happen and picks up the 2 points. Chacon's tough to wrestle. A lot of length. And, of course, he's a senior, so he's probably 17, 18 years old, whereas Watts is going to be, 2 or 3 years younger than that. So there's a lot of difference in the physicalness of the body and what can happen between those 3 years of development. But Michael's physical. He's doing a good job of staying in there, and everything seems to be all right. So here we come back. He picks up the 2 takedown. Chacon's down. Watts on top. Here we go.
Riverton's done a good job as a team this year, Mike. They scored 109.5 points coming to the finals tonight and currently sit in 6th place. They're a fairly new school. Oh, great cover there by Watts. Doesn't look like he had him long enough to get back points there, but just a great cover. Riverton, a fairly new school, doing a great job establishing a program there.
If anything, Watts was a little hurried on that. He had a bar and was working for the turn and tried to step a little too quick, too fast to put pressure on that head, and it allowed Chacon, it released the pressure enough for Chacon to spin back out of that. So didn't pick up what he was moving into predicament and didn't score on it. So here we go, Chacon trying to build up that hip, build that base. Watts trying to keep him in control there, digging in for that good arm bar kind of position, digging that back. Nice change off to an exchange. Nice change off to tilt back, pushing back. Chacon's tough, fighting off. No back point yet. Watts changes, readjusts. Oh, excellent job. Just showing a lot of savvy and a lot of mat sense. Picks up a 3 near fall. Now leads 10-2. Continuing to dominate. Chacon trying to get out from underneath that and move away.
Mike, how good is it for this sophomore to have an 8-point lead? Is that something that's going to boost his confidence to the point where he can go on and be real confident through the rest of the mat?
Well, the danger is that he gets a little too overconfident, and then he tries to sit on that lead. In wrestling, anytime you start sitting on that lead, pretty soon someone else's momentum changes, and that momentum can change so fast that you can be in big trouble before you are able to recover from that. Now it looks like we've got to take another injury timeout on behalf of Watts. So there again, he's got a groin or something's pulling, something's hurting him there. They want to take a look at that. Now an interesting situation. We've now, the rule now states that injury time is a total of 90 seconds. You can only take the injury time twice. So this is Watts' second injury time, which means that if he takes another injury time, the match is over. So here you are with an 6-point lead in the state championship as a sophomore. You don't want to lose by an injury default, but by the same token, you don't want to continue and do some damage to yourself. Now the other part of the strategy is that now, because it's the second one, Chacon has choice. And so he's decided that he wants to wrestle on his feet. So that gave Chacon an opportunity to get out from underneath that pressure that Watts has, and it puts Watts in a situation where he's got to stay in there and battle. So if he's hurt, if he's got a pulled groin or something that's going on in his legs or his hips that's causing him some pain, he's just going to have to tough through it, because you don't want to give up a state championship on an injury default. Nice single leg shot, nice elevation, great run the pipe. That's excellent wrestling on the part of Michael Watts. Takes him down again. Now we're in control again. Now here we go, minute 23. This is the point where moms and dads are in the stands going, hang in there, and that clock can't tick fast enough.
Pretty gutty job here by Michael Watts. He's been hurt. He's been real uncomfortable. Now he's going to step over and maybe get some back points here. But he's been real uncomfortable the whole match. He's had the injury. He comes right back, gets a great takedown. Now it looks like he's going to be able to score some back points. And sure enough, he will expose Chacon's back to the mat. The ref's down there, and he's got the 3 count held. Looks like, yep, and that'll do it there. So Watts will now go up as soon as the ref awards the points by a score of 15-4.
Now the danger point here for the sophomore is mat time and experience. He's now got a 9-point lead, an 11-point lead, and it doesn't take much for him to get in trouble. There's still 30 seconds. That's a lot of time. It's a lot of time for a wrestler as experienced and as long as Chacon to get a cradle, get that length going for himself, and make something happen. So Chacon immediately on the whistle, comes in with a good shot. There we go to the mat. There's a takedown. Went to the mat pretty hard. Michael might be, still recovering a little bit. He's not building that base very quick. Chacon's now trying to put something on. Watts trying to hang on and not get into a position. Chacon needs to make a turn happen. Not getting done. Looks like Watts is going to make it happen. A gutsy effort on his part. There it is. We're out of time. Your winner, your champion at 103 pounds from Riverton, Michael Watts, with a great gutsy performance against a tough, lanky, long opponent from Kearns, Chris Chacon.